In this presentation, you will learn some vital tips for a successful journey abroad. Included in this video will be packing advice, information on what to expect at the airport, and what to expect when you arrive. There will be a short, comprehensive quiz following the video. When packing for your trip abroad, it is best not to wait until the last minute. It may seem as though packing is common sense. However, it is important that you take several things into consideration. Do some research on the climate of your destination. Pack your clothing in accordance to the weather there. Be sure to include the basics like undergarments and socks. You should also begin to think about whether or not you need to bring over textbooks and other school supplies, or if you can purchase those items there. If you plan on doing additional travel or extending your stay while abroad, you may want to consider bringing another small bag to carry with you. You should also research your electronics to see if they will function abroad. An adapter may be required in order to plug in your devices. Here is an illustration of the various types of adapters you may need. Whether it is your first time on a plane or you're a seasoned traveler, there are a few things you should be aware of when getting ready for your flight. First, you should be at the airport at least 2 hours before your flight is scheduled to leave. This will allow time to get your boarding pass, go through security, and check your bags. You should know the bag and weight limits prior to your flight, and you should have an idea of how much your bags weigh to avoid fees. Here are some brief travel tips that will help make your journey abroad more comfortable. When traveling, it is important to dress the part. You should wear shoes that are comfortable and easy to walk in. It is sometimes helpful to wear shoes that are easily removed, as some airport securities will require you to take off your shoes. That being said, try to avoid wearing a lot of metal accessories. These can set off metal detectors and make security a hassle. Finally, you should know the current rules about liquids and gels on your flight. We have included a brief instructional image from the TSA that will provide you with the basic information you will need. International travelers may be required to check in before flights depart. Some airlines require you to show your passport and visa before the boarding process. This can occur at least an hour before the flight departs, so be prepared. During your flight, you will sometimes receive an arrival or customs card. After you complete it, you will give it to customs after you land. You will need to know your passport number, your flight number, your local destination, your estimated length of stay, and your purpose. It is helpful to always carry a pen with you while traveling in case you have to fill out any information. When you arrive at your destination, you will need to go through customs. At customs, be prepared to show your passport and visa, proof of insurance, and your arrival card if you received one on your flight. Even if you have one or more flights to go to reach your final destination, you will be required to pick up your luggage at the port of entry and recheck it after going through customs. Here, your bags might be inspected. Be sure not to travel with large amounts of cash, food, plants or animals, and weapons or anything that resembles a weapon. Once you reached your destination, take the time to call, text, or email your loved ones to let them know you have safely arrived. While you are traveling, there are a few worst-case scenarios that you may be confronted with. These include losing items or getting robbed, arguments with a fellow traveler, not understanding a foreign language, or receiving unexpected changes in travel plans. Take this time to think about what you would do if the worst were to occur. Let's say you are eating with your friends at a nice French restaurant. The food is so delicious and you are enjoying every moment of it. Then, on your way back to your hotel, some people come up to you and demand your wallet. What should you do? Experts say that if you find yourself in a robbery situation, do what they ask and then contact the local police immediately. Know your country's equivalent to 911 and keep a list of important phone numbers, including your program leader's number in case of any emergency. Research the country you are planning to travel to. Don't take anything with you that you wouldn't mind getting lost, damaged, or stolen. Develop a cash management plan in the event that your credit cards get stolen and you have to cancel them and wait for a replacement. And, of course, do not travel alone. What would you do if you got into an argument with another traveler? Arguments happen all the time between travelers, big or small. Personalities can clash, but remember to be considerate of others. Communicating effectively helps a lot when you are sharing a small space. What would you do in the following situation? You just consumed a scrumptious lunch in downtown Madrid. Suddenly, your stomach is feeling funny. Most restrooms in the stores are not open to the public, and you don't speak Spanish. Experts say, in the case of a language barrier, you should use hand gestures, pictures, and facial expressions to get your point across. Remember, it won't help to get upset or talk louder. It is helpful to read blogs and ask questions of fellow travelers prior to departure. You should be prepared to spend an afternoon exploring your new surroundings without spending any money. Also, be willing to lower your standards, but not your safety. You may now proceed to the quiz for the Travel Smart presentation found under Assessments.
created using Powtoon.